Yo, what is going on? What's going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. Hope everyone is, I don't know, feeling somewhat good that we came out with a win last night. You know, we had that hour delay. It was a freaking mess. It was like a disaster the other night. Not a disaster, but it was just, man, like, it was a late night for me. I didn't get done until like 4 or 5 in the morning this morning, so it was a long night. But yeah, it looks like the Eagles. They added an edge rusher, and looks like this Za'Darius Smith is back, or is with the Eagles now. Not is back. He was with the Lions last year. He signed a 1-year deal with the Lions. Obviously, you get an older guy like this that puts up pretty good numbers. I mean, the edge rushing position just got a boost. It just got a boost. Wasn't really happy with Uche. With Joshua Uche I don't know if I don't think Ojulari was even present in this game. I don't even think he played. I don't think he was active. I know they kept 5 DTs, so they kept more DTs, thank God, in this game. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now. I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. We got Donnie, what's going on? Logan Motorsports, what's going on, buddy? Za'Darius Smith, 9 sacks. Yeah, 9 sack season last year, which is great. What is he, like 32 years old? So he's on the upper side in age. I think we all know that. James, what's going on, buddy? Cameron says, Howie Smart signing. Obey crazy. Is it really worth the move? We got Ojulari and didn't even dress him. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't dress him. I don't know why. I mean, I think Ojulari had the better offseason. That's just me, but I don't know what happened here. I mean, look, it's the first game. Like, I think a lot of positions really didn't play up to standard for a first game, and you're knocking off rust. It wasn't. How do I even say this? I don't want to say it in a bad way. I just don't. I have to be more patient. I think we all have to be more patient. But obviously they make this move because they don't feel good about edge rusher. And honestly, Jalix Hunt didn't make a tackle till the 4th quarter. Okay, and Nolan Smith had a taunting penalty for 15 yards, which was bullshit. Nice tackle in the backfield, but what did Nolan Smith do? Even if Jalen Carter is not playing, somebody's got to step up here. Nolan Smith is a first-round pick. Okay, Jalix Hunt is what, a third-round pick, whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm not expecting too much out of Jalix Hunt as much as he had a really good year at the end of last year. But Nolan Smith, there was really no excuse. You know what I mean? For a first game, he barely even flashed a little bit. Barely did much of anything. Had some pressures here. He almost got the DAC a couple times, but the pass rush, I mean, we had to run some stunts in the second half. We had to run a 5-man front with Zach Bond because they weren't generating pressure with a 4-man pass rush. You know, I don't think Vic wants to blitz all the time, which he definitely doesn't, but you know what I mean? Jade Molinita says, member for 29 months. Thank you so much, my friend. Says, hey, Joey, need to clean up the penalties. Yeah, it was way too much, man. They were not disciplined. They looked like they were out of sync. Look, guys, for the starters, they practice for an hour every single day. They haven't played a game. They haven't played or practiced or been in a game for this long in months. It's been months. Okay, they're practicing for an hour every single day. They didn't play in preseason together. Like, these guys, like, it takes a toll on your body for that first game. There's no doubt about it. It takes a huge toll. Obey with the super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. He says, we should get Wilkins. Yeah, I don't know, man. Of all the background stuff going on with him, all the weird background stuff from Christian Wilkins, I don't know if the Eagles have any interest in that, to be honest. I mean, we don't even know the story of why. Apparently he's been doing some weird shit, some weird stuff. I don't know why. But that's kind of where we're at. He was actually pretty good at the game. Yeah, he had a couple pressures. He almost got the DAC a couple times. Like, I think, Uche's a natural pass rusher. Uche in 22 had double-digit sacks. He was traded to KC last year, mid-season, but even the defensive coordinator for KC said that, it took him a while to learn the defense. And by the time they got to the end of the year, they just made him a healthy scratch for the rest of the year and sat him out the rest of the year. So they traded a 6th-round pick for Uche last year. They kind of wasted it. So he's a natural edge rusher that's had some pretty good statistics. A couple of years ago was his big year with the Patriots. So can he get to that again? Maybe, but nobody stepped up. Like, Uche might have played an okay game, but nobody. I mean, Nolan Smith and Jalix Hunt, I was actually pretty upset about it last night, the way they played. I was actually pretty upset about it. I hate Ubisoft Rainbow Siege. One thing I saw from the offense that Hurts had a route options on blitzes, lots of chunk checkdowns to Goddard, Barkley instead of holding onto the ball. Yeah, I'm not even really worried about that because this is how I feel like we were talking about this literally early last year. I felt like last year we were talking about the same shit. Route combinations, no checkdowns, blah, blah, blah. We had the same issue early in the season last year. A.J. Brown only had 1 catch in this game, whether he was playing injured or he was a decoy or whatever, that Jalen Hurts wasn't throwing. I didn't have an issue with the offense. The Eagles had some protection issues in the second half, later in the second half. I think particularly Patullo on time management was really weird. I mean, you have a loaded box, you run up the middle with Saquon. Jalen Hurts rolls to his right, nobody open. Like, I felt like I was watching early last year all over again. You know what I mean? So I think there was a lot of instances in this where I was like, okay, well, this kind of doesn't make any sense, but you're only up by 4 points and you're kind of wasting clock. But if you're going to waste clock, you got to get first downs. I mean, somewhat first downs. You're going to run Barkley into a brick wall. What do I really expect of it? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll be watching Chiefs tonight. I'll be watching. So, PA says, do you think it's his only move Howie is making? I don't know. I mean, the Eagles haven't give up any draft capital. I mean, if the Micah Parsons rumors were true and they were going to give up a lot of draft picks, then why aren't they going after somebody else? If they were going to go all in for Micah Parsons and they were going to give up a lot of draft capital, and if that was the case and they tried prying him away from the Dallas Cowboys, why don't they go out and just make another move? The Eagles are trying so hard right now not to trade with another team to give away draft capital for a player. They're really trying so badly. But this move isn't a bad move. And everybody's, I think with certain positions, we just need time. This defense needs to gel. Cornerback is a fucking disaster right now. I don't know, literally, shame on Howie Roseman for getting us in this situation. Jalen Carter's a huge factor for our young edge guys. Can dog on them after one game. Look, Jalen Carter was a huge fucking loss. Okay, he makes everybody better. He makes the entire defense, not just the defensive line, the entire defense better. Him not being there, and I don't think Jordan Davis had the worst game. He looked athletically, he looked great. He played 87% of the snaps the other night, and I thought his motor was really good. He could have had a couple sacks, but he had a couple good pressures as well. So, he didn't play horrible. He could have played better. But nobody really stepped up on this. Nobody stepped up on this defensive line. You know what I mean? Nobody really stepped up here. So, Brett Yellis, what's going on with the super chat? Thank you so much, buddy. He says Jalen Carter doesn't affect Nolan or Jalix. Yeah, he does. Anybody playing next to Carter or playing in this defense, I think it does. I think if Carter is being disruptive in the backfield, even if there's an edge rusher playing on the opposite side of him, and Jalen Carter is chasing somebody, it gives time for the other defensive lineman kind of to defeat their blocks, and they get into the backfield and make big plays. I think it makes a huge difference. Yeah, I think it does. I think it makes everybody better, not just the guy playing beside him, but even on the opposite side, those guys could be making plays too, but I don't want it to all be on Jalen Carter not playing, even though it's a big loss. Nolan Smith needs to play better than that. And Jalix Hunt, just didn't do much. Just not much there. A tackle in the fourth quarter, and that's really all I got from it. You know what I mean? Byron Young was okay, had the forced fumble and, had a couple, had a stop, but I don't think it was much, I don't know if Gabe Hall played. I don't know who else really played at DT, but I didn't really see much, to be honest. No, he says I would trade series capital for Trayvon Walker right now. I guess that's the move that they don't want to make. I mean, if they make a move like this, I guess that's the move they really don't want to make at all. Timothy Shabazz, what's going on? Appreciate the super chat, buddy. He says, how long you think Carter and Landon out for? Landon, I don't know. I mean, there hasn't been any update. I don't think there's any update today on him. I mean, I don't know with the back injury or whatever. He was rolled up on. Malata and Dickerson were rolled up on. I mean, you got to face. We're going to KC next week. You know what I mean? KC wants a piece of our ass. The Rams are going to want a piece of our ass. Tampa Bay, we got to beat them. We need some payback against them. It's going to be a rough few weeks. I mean, I don't know how this team is going to respond or how much more rust we're going to have to knock off. I mean, this could take 4 to 5 weeks. They could at least for the next from weeks 2 to 4, they can lose. They can win 2 games, lose 2 games. You know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes, though. I'm not really sure, but Carter, I don't know. Disciplinary shit they're dealing with in-house. He's not going to get suspended from the league since he already didn't play. Usually, if an ejection happens, you can't get suspended after that, from what Ian Rappaport said today on some reports. So I don't think he's going to get suspended or anything, but the Eagles know that they need him, and I think, honestly, they're going to give him a slap on the wrist. I mean, I don't know if after finding out the real context in the second half where what really happened, and Dak Prescott spitting at Jalen Carter, which I can't believe that he just did that. I don't know. I don't believe Dak just said he spit in that direction and Carter just became hostile. I fucking doubt that. I doubt it. That's where I am with that. Ron says, go get Justin Simmons and Gilmore. Both players will be less than $8 million combined. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not worried about safety. I thought safety was fine, but Makuba had most of the reps, so I don't know why they put Sidney Brown in the game at all. Like, they put Sidney Brown in the game, then he I don't know, he ended up getting hurt, or he lost breath, or he got the wind knocked out of him, or something like that. So I don't even know what happened with him at all. I have no idea. But stop switching Makuba out with Sidney Brown. They were doing that shit in the game last night as well, which I didn't really like either. They don't need Justin Simmons. If they wanted Justin Simmons, they would have got him already. I mean, honestly, it's an easy decision. They could have already got him, or would have already been done. You know what I mean? Uncle with the Vibe says, yeah, Joey, nice move. Yeah, it's a good move today. It's a good move. You got an older veteran, 9 sacks last year, and, once Carter comes back, then you have him to start on one side, Nolan Smith on the other side, most likely. I don't know. I mean, that's going to kick an edge rusher out. And it seems like they like Uche more than Ojulari. He gets banged up, number 21. Watch slow down. Said, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He never slows down. Never slows down. I mean, he always look. I give him credit. He wants to make the big hit. I understand it. I get it. But this move for Za'Darius Smith. I mean, how old is he? How old is Za'Darius Smith? I don't even freaking know. I don't even know how old he is at all. Hold on. I just want to make sure here. 32 years old. Okay. Thanks, guys. So he's 32 years old. Got some juice in the tank in a rotation, and it's a good move. It's a good move for the year. I mean, this is bad. I mean, look, if they signed him, this is a bad sign. I mean, they didn't even want to give this a few more weeks. They didn't even want to give this a few more weeks with the edge rushers. If they're already signing an edge rusher at this point, and I'm not saying they don't have faith in J. Alex Hunt and Nolan Smith, but I thought that was pretty fucking bad last night. I thought that was pretty bad. See here. Let's see. The Jalen Carter ejection was a blessing in disguise. We still got the W and forced Howie's hand. I guess it did. Maybe getting Jalen Carter out of the game, getting ejected, maybe it really exposed a lot more shit with this defensive line. That if Jalen Carter is the only one that's going to help other players make plays and no one else could do it on their own, you know, what can I really take out of it? Nolan Smith, realistically, with Nolan Smith, there's really, like I said, there's no excuse with him. He's a first-round pick. You know what I mean? He really just came along nicely last year. Then the playoffs hit, boom, exploded. You know, Jalix Hunt didn't really get into the rotation really by the end of the season, of the regular season. And he had a couple games where he was in the deep rotation and then finally got into the playoffs and he just fucking exploded. You know, totally exploded. We got 334 in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the stream. Like it up. Thank you so much. Definitely hit the membership button if you guys haven't supported. Thank you so much, guys, for joining today. Breaking news. Za'Darius Smith is a Philadelphia Eagle signing a 1-year deal to help boost this edge rushing position that seemed to be pretty much lacking the other day. Here. So, I don't know. Jonathan Rios, he says, it's just week 1. Stay calm. I agree. You know what I mean? When you don't play in preseason, you're going to look like shit. They looked like shit. They looked out of sync, undisciplined, too many penalties. They looked bad. They looked really bad the other day. They didn't look good at all. You know? So yeah. Big Doris says we need a vet to control the D-line room. I'm not worried about, look, he made a mistake. It is what it is. The context is you know what? He got spit on or he got spit at. He went back and did it. Didn't make it right for him to do it. He put himself in front of the team. He made a big mistake. If this was just Jalen Carter spitting, towards Dak, this would be a totally different conversation. Yeah, Jalen Carter they need to talk to him. They need to, they need to make sure they're on the same page. Hurts said that they're on the same page. Hurts talked to Jalen Carter and everything. They are on the same page. Okay, but I was in a totally different moment before that game started. I thought when Jalen Carter did that all on his own, I literally was like, they should suspend his ass for a few games. I don't even care because that's just disgusting, dude. It's just gross. But you know what? Doesn't mean it's right for him to do it back, but Dak Prescott hiding behind his offensive line to bait Jalen Carter like that. What an idiot. Ron said, the way we play doesn't scare me. It's our injuries that I'm scared of. I do not want to be the 24 Lions, and clearly I'm back up as a red ball. The 24 Lions, how many? Like 16 to like 18 players on IR? I mean, I don't think it's going to get like that. We've had worse seasons than this. We've had a lot of guys on IR at one point, I think we need to figure out CB2. Jackson was getting beat all night against better teams. We might struggle. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing there. He's a complete liability. Wait, complete liability. I don't know how it's gonna go. I really don't. I'm actually really scared, to be honest, with CB2. Bennett Bennett wasn't even better than Adoree, but I would say he was a little bit better. But transition with his body, he just looked better from like a standpoint on tight coverage. I mean, he was just looking like he had better coverage. Adoree Jackson was getting beat at least 6-7 yards, maybe more than that in separation. I mean, on a slant pass, I mean, easy shit like that. Easy like that. And he had he went into concussion protocol, was out the rest of the first half. Jacorian Bennett comes in, gets a PI call, plays a little bit better, at least sticks it close to CeeDee Lamb. At least, can stick it close to some of these guys. George Pickens, I mean, whatever. But it's a mess, man. It's a mess. You completely ignored the fucking position. You let guys walk. You got no comp picks back. You couldn't. You let Isaiah Rodgers walk. No comp pick. Slay went to the Steelers. I didn't expect Slay to get re-signed, but Isaiah Rodgers, you let that man fucking walk for how much money was barely even expensive. Not even expensive at all. You didn't even try to sign a mid-tier corner to this roster as a backup plan just because if Ringo just couldn't make it. You put all the pressure on a 4th-round pick in Keely Ringo. It makes no fucking sense. And then you put a Dory Jackson right behind him, and I figured he would just – I thought a Dory Jackson being signed was mostly just a depth signing, and that was it. And they had a lot of faith in Ringo, and they would maybe sign somebody else. But no. Literally, Jackson was brought in here to fucking compete for the job. Unfortunately, Cooper DeJean is way too valuable, and they don't want to put him at CB2 because they have nobody on the inside. There's no one that there's no one that can replace DeJean on the inside. Unfortunately, that's where we're at. It sucks. NFL gets rid of the taunting penalty. I'm freaking hating it so much. Yeah, I don't like it either. A 15 fucking penalty because you get up, you look at somebody, and you flex your muscles. Like, come on, give me a fucking break, man. Give me a break. Can't do that. Come on, man. Taunting. It's not even fucking competitive anymore. There's no competitiveness to this shit anymore. It's a total joke now. It's a total joke. And I can't fucking stand it. Can't stand it. Kids, I bring up APR. What do you have to lose, honestly? Well, APR just got released today. APR just got released. The Eagles 6th-round pick. Was he 6th-rounder or 7th? I think he's 6th. I could be wrong. But yeah, Antoine Powell Ryland. They just released him today. I totally forgot to talk about it, but that's what they did. So the move was, just to kind of make sure on it, Antoine Powell Ryland Jr., I think, was waived. Or he was flat out released, but they got rid of him today. I guess he just didn't do much. So the deal for Za'Darius Smith is a 1-year deal upside of $9 million. It's a nice chunk of change, man. These edge rushers that are older, that have juice in the tank, they like to get that, that little nice little chunk of money. And Za'Darius Smith is doing that right now. There's no shakedown today, by the way. So Philly and I want to do it at 5. I know the shakedowns have been cut. We're going to have the shakedown tomorrow night. Tomorrow. Because Philly's streaming a game. Philly's streaming the KC game tonight. I have some stuff I have to do tonight. We tried to do it if there wasn't any, if the game wasn't suspended last night, or delayed for that weather, we would have done it last night, but it was way too late of a night for him and me. So if there wasn't a delay last night, we would have done it last night. So we'll do it tomorrow. Sticks with the super chat. Thank you. Says how he killed the defense. I miss Slay and CJ. No, I get it, dude. I mean, CJ shouldn't have even happened. Shouldn't have happened. Shouldn't have happened. I'm so mad. Look, I'm still pissed over that. I'm not as much, but I'm still a little aggravated because you literally got rid of Chauncey for whatever reason that we're never going to know about. Never going to know about it. And then they made safety the biggest need in it. They made safety the second biggest need in this draft. And then you just you let Slay walk, Isaiah Rodgers walk, and just say, you know what? Let's put all the pressure on Keely Ringo. Why not? Right? So I was kind of like, well, I don't know what's going to happen here. Then I thought about A.J. Brown's comments on Ringo last offseason program and how he was really doing good work against them. I don't know, man. It's just Howie Roseman. I mean, you're competing for another championship. It was so easy to re-sign Rodgers. Like, you really didn't have to do much, and you did literally nothing. You completely ignored it. Ignored it. Ah, shit, dude. Like, we won the first game. We already won our first game. We're not satisfied because of how everything looked, and I get it. There's two sides to it because, you know, they looked like shit. They're knocking off rust. I get it. Two and Six Sports Pockets, I agree with you, but people calling Howie brain dead for making a mistake is hilarious because I'm sure the people in chat say they're 100% successful in everything they do. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not. You're telling me nobody in this chat has regrets? Nobody in this chat has made fucking mistakes? Trust me. I mean, I'm just kind of, look, I would have at least added somebody to corner. I mean, somebody. I mean, to keep Keely Ringo there all by himself and it for me, I'm not saying that Howie's an idiot, but how do you just keep Ringo there and his plan was to sign a veteran behind Ringo and compete for the job. And they pretty much thought they had something set there. And I think that was the biggest fucking mistake they made. Biggest mistake they made. I don't get it. I really don't. Okay, let's see. Kenny Arcane posted, yeah, the NFL is just a no fun league, man. Sucks, man. Also, the NFL, why you add a taunting penalty in first place? So dumb idea to add that. And it's what it is. $9 million, upwards of $9 million for Za'Darius Smith on a 1-year deal. Yeah, nice chunk of change. Joe says, bro, I'm blaming Howie crazy. I blame Ringo. Had 3 years to prepare and didn't step up. It's not Howie's fault. Yeah, but you didn't do anything, dude. I'm not. Why are you blaming Ringo? Ringo's a 4th-round pick. Why are you blaming Ringo? Ringo's the last person I'm blaming. Like, if he's given the if I'm a 7th-round pick or I'm undrafted and I'm given the opportunity to start, I'm just going to roll with it. Whether I'm going to try as hard as I can and fail at it or try as hard as I can and succeed at it. Like, this isn't on Ringo. This is on fucking Howie Roseman. Ringo is just doing what he's told to do. Ringo's not a 2nd-round pick. You know, if Ringo was a 2nd-round pick and, you know, I understand. If Ringo was a 2nd-round pick that really didn't get playing time the last few years and, like, this was his opportunity and, like, that was a big fail by Howie, sure. But it's a 4th-round pick fucking cornerback you've put in prime position to win the job this offseason. You know? I would never blame it on Ringo. Yeah, the player is there, but the coaching staff put the player there. It's not on Ringo. Come on now. Chris says, arriving late. Is this guy? No, he had 9 sacks last year. He came in. Now, he came in for when Aiden Hutchinson ended up getting hurt. They signed when Aiden Hutchinson had the ACL or the Achilles, whatever he had last year. They signed Za'Darius Smith on top of having injuries that the Lions had 16, 19 fucking players on IR on the defense. Za'Darius Smith had a really good fucking year with them, a late year with them in a short amount of time. You know what I mean? Which was great. So, but this doesn't look good for Nolan Smith. This does not look good for Jalix Hunt at all. Knocking off rust or not, I mean, Nolan Smith's a 1st-round pick. Like, how the fuck you do nothing in this game? Jalen Carter, if he played in this game, he probably would have done a lot more in this game. Probably would have been a huge difference maker. We know this. But Nolan Smith, like, there wasn't no flash. There was one tackle in the backfield on a running back. There might have been a couple plays he almost got the Dak, but you know what I mean? That's my issue with this signing. It's a great signing. It may look better down the road. Okay. It's the first game. Knocking off rust. Nolan Smith might be rusty. Jalix Hunt might be rusty, but they showed literally nothing in this game last night. I know the edge rushers were getting held last night. I was seeing it a lot of times last night, so you're probably not wrong there. You're probably not wrong on that. But is this an exciting signing? It will be an exciting signing, okay? It will be exciting if everyone else gets on the same page. That's when this will be exciting. And it's fine. I'll rent him for the year. I don't give a shit. I'm not looking to pay him after 32 years old. I'm not looking to pay him after this year. Okay? Unstable Eric with the super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. He says, gotta sign Asante now. Him on the leg. Yeah, is better than Adore. Yeah, I get it, dude. It's a fucking disaster. He was just bad. He was bad the entire game. He was horrific the entire game. Open field tackling. Even him on the... Did you see him on the Miles Sanders when Miles Sanders had that breakout run upfield? Remember that shit? I don't know why this is doing this. Hold on. I remember when Miles Sanders ran upfield. Did you see him? Like, I don't know what the fuck he was trying to tackle. His tackling is god awful, fucking horrible. Dory Jackson's tackling, Jesus. That's all I gotta say. So, Howie Roseman put himself in this fucking position. He really did. He put himself in this position. It's on him. You know, it's totally on him. Make sure this chat works. Chat just took a crap on me. Oh. Oops, let me delete the other one. That would probably help tremendously. Being weird. Why the hell? Why is this being weird? Okay. Okay. Let's see. Chris Dog said Joey taunting and unsportsmanlike conduct penalty is completely bullshit. Yeah, I mean, to make it a 15, I mean, even a 15-yard penalty was pretty fucking bad too. Pretty bad. Chris says Jackson tackles like it's two-hand touch. Remember when he got beat on the left sideline and Nadori just tried to like punch the ball out nonstop? Like when he got beat on that play, he just tried punching the ball out like constantly. It's horrible, man. This guy can't get a second contract wherever he is. Thank God the Eagles didn't sign him before you. Remember before you went to the Giants, the Eagles were looking to sign him to big money? Thank fucking God they didn't. Thank God they didn't. I'm tired of paying cornerback. I'm tired of paying older cornerbacks that are out of their prime or whatever, or not even in their prime, or just never were really anything, to be honest with you. So, Tyler says, besides Barkley, I'm tired of the New York Giants trash players. Howie no more. Tired Barkley. I'm tired of the New York Giants trash players. Howie no more. I don't get what you mean. It reminds me of the Chip. Reminds me of Chip. Cut all your good players and prospects for washed up side. Oh no, I mean this isn't like guys. We're not talking about guys. We're talking about a like really one fucking major problem right now. It's really cornerback. Like edge rusher. Like did anything happen? No. Did we miss Jalen Carter? Yeah, that affected the game. It's the first game. Like they're not gelled yet. Like the Eagles were 2-2 before they got better last year. It took the Eagles past week 4, week 5, really the bye week, and then really they won, they won like 10 games straight. The offense, I'm not necessarily having a big issue with. The offensive line, I think it needs to stay healthy. I think there's somewhat of a, Dickerson is a worry for me right now. I thought Tyler Steen didn't do horrible. Running backs weren't bad at all. Like I thought the receivers were fine. Like, yeah, could they have thrown the ball fucking 50 yards downfield every single time and make some big explosive plays? They kind of lacked that, but I don't care about that. I mean, I thought Dallas Goedert was really good in this game. Like, I really didn't have a problem offensively until that second half where I don't know, some of Patullo's play calling was a little vanilla, a little standard, a little boring, but you know, I'm hoping he's going to add more flavor to it later on. That's what I'm hoping for. You know what I mean? Antonio says when Dean comes back, Campbell going to edge. You know, I don't know if that's going to happen either. I don't know what's going to happen if he comes back week 5. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm really not sure. Because how about the BS penalty on Blankenship? Every play, the NFL looks like that. Refs trying to take. Yeah, I mean, what if he caught that? What if that tight end caught? What was it, Ferguson? Now, what if he caught it? I mean, he botched it in his hands, and probably could have caught the ball again. You know, like what is Reed supposed to do? You know, I mean, that's it. That's you know, you ain't gonna stop anybody from, you know, if the ball is going towards somebody's hands, especially a tight end that's literally in the air trying to catch it, even if he deflects it off his own hands and then tries to catch it again, like he's got every right to fucking smack him in the mouth as he's going down to the ground. So I think it's fucking bullshit. Za'Darius adds an impressive collection of Eagles Smiths. Yeah, it is true. That is true. Big Sark, dead horse alert. I still think it was a mistake not to draft another quarter besides Mick Williams. Yeah, I mean, they should have kept Chauncey and just draft a corner in the second round. Hello? I mean, yeah, realistically, that's what they should have fucking did. And they didn't do that, like, at all. That's what they should have did. Really, really stupid. Really fucking stupid, in my opinion. All right, let me get rid of this. All right, I was trying to get rid of that before, and I was like, oh, did my shit just, like, screw up? My chat was like, screw it up, so here we go. All right, we're good. We're good. Sorry, guys. It might do it again, because sometimes this program doesn't work too well, so... I try my best, though. I try my best. All right. Batman Pikachu with the super chat says Joshua Uche had 5 quarterback pressures and a QB hit, I think. Yeah. And it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't a bad day. For me, it was hard to see everything because I was streaming. So I was looking up, I was trying to look at everybody as much as I possibly could. So it wasn't a bad game. It wasn't a bad game by Uche. Like, nobody stuck out. No one got a 3-sack game. Like, I get it. Like, there was nothing really explosive. There really wasn't anything explosive about it. But Nolan Smith, I really didn't like how he played. You know? I didn't like how he played. You know, it could be rust. It could be a lot of other things. We got 379 in chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the stream. I have a surprise to show you guys. Since we're here, I want to do a reveal on some things. I showed it in the game yesterday. I want to show you some of the merch for the Philly Shakedown podcast. A couple things. We have more things coming right now, but I want to show you some things. They said, just got here. What's happening? So Za'Darius Smith, the 32-year-old edge rusher with 9 sacks last year, just signed a 1-year deal with the Philadelphia Eagles, upwards of $9 million. There you go. Unstable Eric says, every single offensive play called sucked. They also didn't adjust in the second half or the delay. Jalen seriously had to make magic out there. Now, he did. I mean, well, partially part of it is because they had max protection. They didn't have a spy on Hurts at all. They really relied on their zone coverage to make some of these plays. And obviously they're not athletic enough to do it. When you max protect and you're playing man-on-man coverage, it opens every single seam on the field. And Jalen Hurts had all day to run. So he was good. He was really good the other day. He looked poised. He looked like he wasn't bothered. He looked focused. Like, I think Hurts was perfectly fine. I had no issue with Jalen Hurts. Last guy I'm going to worry about is Jalen Hurts when it comes to this offense. So he put the team on his back. Crucial third down scrambles. He did a fantastic job. Fantastic job. You know? Fantastic. NHL official stars or Rusty, no preseason gives us time to roll. We looked 40%. Yeah, the starters haven't played a full game in months. The starters didn't play together in preseason. Like, this is what it's going to look like. Undisciplined, no, they're not in sync type football. I mean, that's what you saw. That's literally what you saw this game. You know? Appreciate that super chat, by the way, Eric. Skid says, what are we trying to buy old vets now? That's just a new way to make a Super Bowl team. Yeah, I mean, there's two sides to this why they signed Za'Darius Smith. Either they really didn't like how Jalix Hunt and Nolan Smith played, or they just feel like they need an extra, they just need something extra on the edge. This could be a payoff this could be a payoff in a few weeks. This sign could be a big payoff for us. Okay, but Jalen Carter needs to come back. Having Jalen Carter with Za'Darius Smith on the edge, that's gonna be a nice tandem right there. Nolan Smith got to play better. Jalix Hunt got to play better. You know what I mean? Jalix Hunt, I mean, look, the way he played last year, Jalix Hunt benefited off of really good players on the defensive line. And a lot of these guys benefit off of really good playing next to really good players. You know? Jalen Carter being out of this game, and Dak Prescott said this at his press conference, that they literally, as soon as Jalen Carter was ejected, the entire game plan changed. The entire game plan totally changed. TTR, everything went left once Dickerson got hurt. The protection and the run game both went up in smoke. Yeah, it did. It did. Brett Toth, no thank you. No thank you. Don't want to see him at guard ever. The Eagles have had issues getting some depth. Kenyon Green can't stay healthy, or he's primarily a left guard, but, you know, I don't think much of him, and that's who you got in the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson trade, you know? I saw that they were using John Mechie on some motion the other day. He didn't get the ball, but they were using him on some motion, you know? They need a veteran that's like they're very young. Well, that's what they did. They signed They signed Uche. Uche's 26 years old. You know, Uche's in his prime right now. 26, 27-year-old. Ojulari, 26, 27-year-old. This isn't a bad signing. Like, is it a payoff right now? Probably not. Rollfit Dogs, I heard rumblings on Twitter of an edge. I knew it was Za'Darius Smith. I mean, I didn't know Za'Darius Smith was still available. You know, but I was looking at the guy that signed with, who did he sign with? The guy, Matthew Judon. I was looking at Matthew Judon this entire offseason. Add a veteran guy to the group. Why not? It doesn't hurt for a guy in the rotation. But I think Za'Darius Smith is way better than Matthew Judon. Za'Darius Smith, at least you have, Matthew Judon didn't have a great year with the Falcons last year. And then before that, he had double-digit sacks. You know what I mean? I think he had double-digit sacks a couple years ago. I could be wrong, though. But Za'Darius Smith, though, I mean, went in for Aiden Hutchinson, got hurt with the Lions. Za'Darius Smith went right in, and he was fucking productive. He was really productive. Davis says a pass rush moves. So this deal is north of $9 million. North of $9 million. So that was the news. The Eagles are signing 3-time Pro Bowls Za'Darius Smith to a 1-year deal with upside to $9 million per multiple sources. Philly adds to its pass rush with Smith, who recorded 9 sacks with the Lions and Browns last season. Gilmore's still out there, I think. Yeah, I think Smith is good. I think Smith is good. I think Smith is a good player. Give me a second. I have to get water for like 2 seconds. I'm back. Sorry, I had to get water. I was about to fucking die. Mavericks just should have went and got Myles Garrett when you had the fucking chance. No. They weren't paying Myles Garrett $40+ million. Say goodbye to signing a million other fucking players on this team if you want to sign him. No. That shit was not worth it. That wasn't worth it. No. TJ Watt, not worth it. I mean, look, Trey Hendrickson got a fucking 1-year deal up to $29 million. I mean, it's crazy. It's just edge rushers are just so fucking expensive. Jay said, you believe Eagles done? Bennett has to have a full game at corner before I think they make a move there. Well, that's what I'm saying. I wanted Ja'Cory Bennett to start in this fucking game the other day. I wanted Ja'Cory Bennett to start in this game the other day. It just never happened. You know? I think Bennett will do fine. I just thought he looked better. And of course when Adoree Jackson made it out of concussion protocol for the second half, they fucking put it back in there. They put him right back in there. Mike said it's hard to keep every player after winning a Super Bowl. No team is perfect at every position. The Eagles will get better the more games they play, and we'll figure it out. And I think we just have to give it more time. I just think they're not gelled, dude. I mean, look, I knew going into this Cowboys game they were going to keep it close. I knew that they were going to look rusty as shit, and they did. They looked rusty as hell. They looked very rusty. Powell says Stephon Gilmore is better than what we have now, ain't he? I don't know. I mean, if they're not signing Gilmore, then they must have a lot of faith in what they have. Why don't we trade for Slayer Rodgers? That could be something they do down the road, baby. I don't know. They could do that down the road. If the Steelers before week 9, if the Steelers start playing horrible and they could make the trade. Trading back for Slay probably would it would be so much cheaper because half of his salary is going to be gone by that time. So the Eagles would barely have to pay anything. You know? And Maddox77 with the super chat says, we got Rodgers for the reason to just let him go. Yeah, they let him. I mean, look, I thought it was maybe a month ago. I didn't know this. I thought the Eagles got a comp pick for Rodgers. I'm like, okay, they got a comp pick. They let him go for a comp pick, whatever. But they let him go, and we got nothing. We let him go, and we got nothing. While Isaiah Rodgers was out for the year because of the gambling issue, the Eagles were the only team that had interest in him. No other team reached out. And he wanted to stay in Philadelphia. He wanted to stay in Philadelphia bad. It's a shame, dude. It's a fucking shame. Appreciate that super chat, man. The starters played 0 snaps in preseason as a unit. 100% correct. Yassine Brown says, so Patul game plan was to ignore wide receivers. I hope this not Johnson 2.0. No, I don't think so. I don't think they weren't. They talked about the AJ situation, saying they took AJ out of the game. Apparently, that's what Nick said last night. We had the big 50-yard pass to Jahan Dotson downfield. And Devontae Smith had a few touches. They had a screen pass, a few touches, nothing crazy. They never ran a slant. They never really ran anything up. They really didn't run anything towards the middle of the field at all. So I have to give this more time, bro. After 1 week, I'm not expecting so much to happen. And I wasn't expecting much to happen in this game. I think they played safe. They ran a lot of short stuff. And they gave the running backs a lot in the passing game as well. A lot of dump-off passes. I think he's got to add a little bit more flavor. I think we know this. Kellen Moore, as the weeks went on, there were things that happened play-wise. We're oh, shit, they're running this. There was a lot of stuff that was put into the game plan. This is Nick's offense, but the coordinator puts his own flavor into it. But Tulo's been here the last 4 years. There's no excuse for him to have a bad year with this fucking roster at all. And if the next 4 weeks, if the Eagles don't have, I would say the next 5 weeks, if the Eagles don't have a game where they win by like 3 touchdowns, like they don't have a pretty, they don't have a game like that, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be, it's going to remind me of 2023. Like if the Eagles are in close games every single game, this is not a good team. Or they're not just being put in a good, they're just not being put in a good direction coaching wise. They need to have like a 30 point plus game. They need to have a game where they totally destroy somebody in the next few weeks. Like it's got to happen sooner or later. It's got to happen. They have these heart attack close fucking games every game. I don't think the offense is going to hit their stride. Dallas, do you think they played vanilla to some degree to keep things for the KC game this week? I don't know. I don't know if I don't think you want to put out your whole playbook in one game, especially the first game, because both teams really don't know each other really well. I mean, Dallas really had the advantage because we don't know nothing about their head coach. He wasn't there with them last year. The Eagles have plays from last year, and they have a lot more to study off of than what we have to study off of Dallas. So anyone that knows ball knows Cowboys were putting everyone into coverage all first half and some into second. So you have 6-7 people in coverage. Why force to throw that? Yeah, and that's true too. And this is why a lot of these third down conversions, Hurts was using his legs because you had that max protect man-on-man coverage and you had the open field right in front of you with no spy. So it made it so much easier for Hurts to do it. KC next week will be the real test. We'll see how KC plays We'll see how KC plays tonight. We'll see how they play tonight. With Ben out for the season, I hope we activate Aziz and rotate our edge players to keep them fresh. Adding Smith would make the rotation better and keep Makuba and Bennett out there. Yeah, I mean, it really sucks for Ben Van Simmeren getting hurt and being carted off. Literally the first special teams play right at the start of the game on kickoff. That was horrible. I was like, man, this guy can't catch a fucking break at all. Can't catch a fucking break whatsoever. But I saw that Kylan Granson was playing some fullback. The number 3 tight end for the Eagles was playing fullback. I mean, Calcaterra had like 1 catch in the game. Goddard had a great game. Goddard was great. So it looks like, from what was said, I think Dallas had a lot of guys at coverage, and I think it was hard for Hurts to really get those window fit throws in there yesterday. I think that's part of it, I think that's part of it. Big Sarge says, reminder, do not watch The Shining before going to bed. I dreamt I was in the hotel, but instead, Jack, I was being chased by Smitty and AJ. Don't ask. I love that fucking movie. One of my favorite films of all time. I love the mystery of it. It's not a mystery of it. I know what it's about, but I love The Shining. One of my one of my favorite fucking. I could watch that film over and over again. Love that film. God said, "What up, Joey? Hey, realize they need this now. They got to realize they need to get a Dory Jackson off the field. Yeah, it's true. It's 100% true. I don't know, man. Like there's only so much I could say about it. Really, there's only so much I could say about just the edge rushing position. Sorry, the cornerback position. Like we've been bitching about this shit all training camp, and they tried training for Jacorian Bennett. They tried to make some moves towards it, but I'm sorry, but you got draft capital that needs to be spent. I don't even know how to. You know what I mean? You're going to have to spend some draft capital. They're trying not to spend any, but I don't know. I don't want to pay a corner a lot of money. It makes no sense, dude. I don't want to go out and draft a corner and pay him a good, I don't know what you're supposed to do here. I think they totally just shit the bed. They totally shit the bed on this CB2 spot. I mean, realistically, Quinton Mitchell, I don't think even shadowed anybody in this game. I don't think he was really shadowing in this game at all. You know, a lot of these teams are going to have two really good receivers, and Adoree Jackson will probably get beat by 99% of them in the league. Against a better team later in the season, Adoree Jackson is not going to survive at this position. Complete fucking liability. Philly says Dak is a lying coward. He's shown his real character. Yeah. I mean, you saw the video. He spit in his direction. He just like winked at him or whatever he did, smiled at him. Like, you're telling me that you just spit in that direction? If he was just spitting in that direction, he would have spat in that direction, turned around, and just would have acted like nothing was going on. Because he spit at Jalen Carter in his direction and gave him attention and made that facial expression towards him behind his fucking team because he's a bitch for it. It fucking shows. It completely fucking shows. Brandon Whitemer says, "Dear trade for Gonzalez next year and AJ going to New England." No, there's no fucking AJ's not going anywhere. Stop this. Brian says, "Was it true that Vic Fangio threw a chair in the Eagles locker room?" I think that would. I don't know. Is there confirmation on that? Somebody mentioned that during my chat the other day. Somebody mentioned that in my chat the other day. Za'Darius had 9 sacks. Yes, between the Browns and going to the Lions, he had 9 sacks last year. Bill said, thanks, Adore. He should be out. Thanks, Adore should be out the door. Adore should be out the door. It's true. Clark, member for 26 bucks, bro. Thank you so much. Says, to be honest, should have moved Cooper on TD left, queue up Pickens, and made Dak get on his third option. Dak is a lying bitch. Then Guyton left hook a pass rusher. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out because I think they actually put DeJean at the end of the game at CB2 when they really needed him to go there. I think they ended up moving him there, not for long, but I know he was in there for a few plays at CB2. I could be wrong though. I thought that's what I saw. Smith had 69 sacks in 10 years. Damn. Don't let the Dory hit your ass on the way out. Yeah, the CB2 spot's a fucking mess. It's a mess, bro. It's a fucking mess. But it was an ugly game. It was a real fucking ugly game. Real ugly game. Can't stand these guys on fucking Twitter, bro. I can't stand these fucking know-it-alls on fucking Twitter. I really fucking can't. It's so fucking annoying. Everybody knows everything. Everybody knows every fucking thing. Bill said, good, somebody should be throwing something. Suit up, Joey. Yeah, no. I'm out of shape, bro. I wouldn't last. I wouldn't fucking last. Y'all seen the video of Sanders when he broke? Please pay attention to what Adoree Jackson does. Oh, no, I just mentioned that early in the stream. When Miles Sanders broke that tackle upfield, when Miles Sanders went upfield on that big run on the left sideline, yeah, I don't know what the fuck Adoree Jackson was doing on that play. Like, Adoree just, like, went, he turned around and, like, he just fell on his ass. I don't know what he did. That play is weird to me. I don't know. Brown says, Zay Rodgers has thrown into games at random times and did well considering. What are you talking about? Oh, he's talking to somebody else. I did not say anything wrong. Adoree ran up to kiss Sanders' ass. Did nothing. Did nothing. Yeah, I saw that he spun. I saw that he actually spun around and back up, and then he just fell. I don't know what happened. That's him making a tackle backwards. That would be a first for me. That would be a complete first for me. He turned his back and started looking at the fans. Ray said, trade back to get Slay. Draft next year for a cornerback. They might have to now. The G can play it, but it'll then open up another position of need at nickel, and the Fangio system's nickel is very important. Yeah. And he can back up off of nickel and cover the flat and use, I mean, there's so much more he could do at that. You're making your defense worse. You're just creating another hole by putting DeJean at cornerback too. And that's just the truth. Did you see Dak spit? Refs didn't see it. No, they didn't see it. Because as soon as Carter walked over to the Cowboys side of the field, that's when the ref went up. That's why they didn't fucking see it. Vaughn racing the tackle Sanders at the 10 was great. Yeah, Vaughn actually, on that big run by Sanders, Vaughn actually took his left hand, tried punching the ball out first, and then tackled him. Carter acted in self-defense. Carter shouldn't have done it back. I mean, Carter should have just not even. Carter should have been like, I got you. You spit at me? You spit at me? I got you. I got you. Oh, yeah. He should have, he made the wrong decision. Even though did Dak deserve it? Probably, but it was the wrong move. It was the wrong move, and it got him kicked out of the game. Ray's the best Eagles channel out here. Shout. I appreciate it, Ray. I'm definitely not, but I appreciate it, Ray. I'm just a fan. I'm just talking shit. That's all I do all year. I'm talking that shit. But I would say he did play CB2 in base defense. Tech Rogers, Carter shouldn't have been near the. Yeah, I mean, Carter is he's chippy. That's how he is. Carter's chippy. It's week 1. Do you think the defense is questionable? No, I think it needs more time. Nothing's questionable after week 1. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, not nothing is questionable, but they have an issue at cornerback too. But I mean, they need time to gel. I mean, it's simple as that. It's too early. It's way too early right now. The only issue you have right now is that you have a tough schedule. You have to go to KC. They did this shit to the Eagles on purpose to make them struggle early in the season. I mean, the win inside the division is great. Thank God they got that win because it helps us in tremendous ways. Lon says, can't wait till we play them again. Booker and Daffy Dak gonna be shitting. Yeah, that's fucking true, bro. That's gonna be true. Yeah, I forgot. When did we play the Cowboys again? I don't even know. Race to Joy, are you one of my favorites? Are you and 5 aren't doing? Yeah, no shakedown tonight, tomorrow, because he's doing he's streaming the game tonight. I have some stuff to do tonight, and tomorrow we'll have the shakedown tomorrow to kind of go over everything. So we'll have the shakedown tomorrow. Za'Darius is 275. I don't know. Week 12 we played Dallas. Okay, appreciate Joel and Slick. Appreciate it. Too many penalties gave Cowgirls great field. Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I think some of the refs were just giving Dallas free fucking yards. Anything that they could fucking find. Anything that they could find. Bill says you would feel if I heard the best, light up a cigar, wake up your neighbors. Appreciate it. It's gonna be crazy. Brown said Reds tried to put Dak in the end zone with that stupid personal foul on Reed, but Sanders said, no, thank you, sir. Yo, Sanders fumbling was great. That was fucking great. That killed the momentum after the game was delayed. Of course, the Eagles get a turnover. Miles Sanders fumbles the ball. Eagles get a turnover. The game gets delayed. The game gets totally delayed. And then it just completely ruined the momentum. I think that really screwed us over. Tex said the PI call on blank shit was horrible. Yeah, it was really bad. If you guys didn't see, what do we got here? What do we got here? What do we got here, ladies and gentlemen? About to show some stuff off soon. Got a little sample of something. Ray said, I don't like blaming the refs, but last night it was way too obvious. Every time we got to stop, a flag came out. I know. It was really annoying. I'll tell you that. Dallas lost to Philly. Was lucky. I think even CeeDee Lamb had how many deflections off his hands? I mean, he had a bad CeeDee Lamb had a really bad I mean, he didn't have a horrible game, but he had some crucial drops in the game too. You see, Jerry said this was one of Dak's best games he's seen. Oh, man. Campbell had a good game. What do you think will happen with Dean? I have no idea what they're going to do. I would love to get Dean back at fully healthy and ready to go and just let Jahad Campbell just like play as an edge rusher or something in the row. I mean, I don't know. You got to have him on the field though. I would like Campbell to be on the edge, but he hasn't played much of it in the offseason program. I think he played on second team. He was a second team edge rusher for a while. You know? Well, how come Pickens didn't get ejected for outrageous face mask on Ed Reed Blankenship? I don't know. They're not going to eject somebody for that. They won't eject somebody for something like that. Hey, awesome, buddy. Appreciate it, man. All right, so I'm going to show this off. I mean, I think we talked about everything. So me and Philly 500 have teamed up with a distributor. And they make these rings from scratch. And they put a lot of work into them. And they're very heavy. And it comes with this nice box that we picked out, which was pretty cool. There was a few colors. We picked out a nice box. And there it is. Come on, camera. Focus. Camera does not focus well. I don't know why. But I'm going to put this on my thumb because I don't want to drop it. Or I'll put it like this so I don't drop it. But if you could see it, you can't really see it. But me and Philly are now... selling the Super Bowl rings now. I can't get it focused. Come on, camera. I think because it's focusing on me. Can't get it focused. You can't really see it. I'm trying to get it focused. But cover the background with your hand. How the fuck do I do that? Or do I just put myself out of the... I don't know how to do this the right way. I'm trying to do this the right way. Come on. There we go. Trying to look. It's too bright in here. I have some pictures of it. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm horrible. Nick says, "Is there any better stopgap than Jackson available?" Not really. Not really, to be honest. You know, not really. Let me try this. Not working. Not working. Can't really see it. But yeah, the wings do pop out. Boom. Wings pop out. Hold the button again. We test these things out and they work really well. Wings go back in. I have pictures on them. We are selling them on the website. As of now, they're $40. They're really obviously they're not real diamonds. I mean, we're not fucking high rollers, but I have videos from the company that made them for us. And here, hold on. You guys have time to me show you some photos, quick? Here, let me show you guys some photos, quick. Sorry, let me put the chat back up so we're not dying here. All right. All right, so here. Oh, we can't see that. You guys can't see that. That's so stupid. All right, hold on. Let me do it this way. So I'm so stupid. I'm sorry, I'm taking forever here. Don't show your nudes. No, I don't do that. I should have had these already uploaded. It would have been a lot easier. Probably would have been a lot easier. All right, there's one picture of the ring. There's one. I took these myself. That's one picture of the ring. Pretty cool. Here's has all the writing. It's a Jalen Hurts ring. It has all the writings inside. I'm sorry I'm taking so long to do this because I wasn't expecting to even do this today at all. Here's another one of the ring. This is the inside of the ring. When the wings open up, it has the written stuff inside the wings as well. But the ring's about $40, and it's really heavy, and it works really good. So me and Philly got samples before anything because we want to make sure that it wasn't horrible. And for the price, it's actually really fucking nice, like really, really nice. So, yeah. So looks really good. Looks really good. So you could clean them. You could do. I mean, nothing affects them at all. Hold on. See here. I'm gonna try to do this quick. All right. So these are the rings. Very nice. Very nice. I should just did this. I want to show you like actual pictures from me, but obviously I'm an idiot. So another picture of the ring with the box. This is a video from the guys that make the rings. They're really nice. Did a really good job. Really good job on them. Me and Philly don't want to sell shit either. So we want to make sure that we got samples, make sure that they worked really well. So that's on there now. They're $42. Not bad. So pre-orders for these rings start now until the 13th. So you have to order these rings by the 13th. So then by the 20th, they will be shipped. Okay, because they sell a lot of these things to other companies as well. So making 2 orders. So pre-order these until 9/13. September 13th. It will ship out on 9/20. And you'll get them in about, I would say, 6 to 10 days. So, and on top of everything else, we have a premium shirt. for the Super Bowl champion. This is the ring shirt. This is the premium ring shirt. This is a premium shirt. You can wash it 7, 8, 10 times and won't crack, won't fade. All of our shirts are good quality. And this is the premium champion shirt. And with obviously the quote from Jalen Hurts, buddy is nice. Championships are better on the back with Jalen Hurts' ring showing in different sides of the ring, which is awesome. So we have that shirt. This is one that everybody's been wanting. This is the old school. I forgot. This is the old school shirt that was made into a Jalen Hurts shirt. It says a Hurts joint on it. Absolutely fantastic. And this is another big premium shirt from us. And this is another one that I think a lot of people, had over 200 people like this and say they really loved it and want to buy it. That is in the store as well. And remember, and this was our high seller from last year. This is the Jalen Hurts in the hallway, the main thing on the ground with the Super Bowl trophy, MVP with the smoke. This was another shirt. It's still in the store. We still have that one and a bunch of other stuff that we still have a whole bunch of other stuff as well from last year. So definitely check out the ring. Pre-orders for the 13th. I'll put the link in the chat for this. You know what I mean? So definitely check that out when you guys haven't. Check it out. I'm gonna be putting the news out on the merch. I have community posts on YouTube as of right now. So definitely check out all of that great stuff. So here it is. You want to order anything, it's all right there. All right there. That's the link. Save it in your phone because we might save the link for your phone for the Philly Shakedown podcast merch because there's like another we have another 8 or 9 pieces of merch coming out that's in the making right now. Our guy in Florida has been really busy, so definitely go check out all of that great stuff. So I appreciate it. It's true to if you're a medium, get a large. If you're a large, get an extra large if that helps. For me, I'm an extra large, and when I get extra larges, they're fine. Like, yeah, they're a little bit of a tighter fit, a tighter, comfortable fit. So if you want something a little bit more baggy on you, I would get it. If you want something a little bit more loose, get a size bigger, 100%. Go to the Philly Shakedown podcast merch site. It tells you all the sizes and everything on there too. So it's sold out, the MVP. The MVP one? How's it sold out? Is it? Is it really sold out already? No, it's not. Is it? Oh, shit. I got to call him. All right, I have to call him today. I have to message him today and make sure he put. All right, so we must have sold more then. We must have sold more. Okay, that's fine. All right, I'll message him today. I'll message him today. So that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, I mean, other than that, that's it. I kind of want to showcase that. We have another 8 or 9 pieces of merch coming out. We're not even done yet. We still have a lot of stuff being made. We didn't have enough time before the season started. We had some issues with some stuff, but we're fine now. But get those rings, $40, $42. Go get your rings pre-orders before September 13th on the site. And you know, if you want to support the Philly Shakedown, we don't put out shit. This is really good premium stuff. Trust me, we want to make sure for our supporters that they're happy with everything that we're doing. So make sure you go to the site and order some stuff. I'll look at the MVP shirt and see what happens there. But yeah, we'll be good. We'll be good. Shakedown tomorrow. We got a shakedown tomorrow. Days let's go. Get Smith, Jordan, and Carter should be pretty good. Yeah, I mean, adding Za'Darius Smith is not a bad move. It might be a big payoff for this year. It might be a huge payoff for this year. So, might be a huge payoff. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. I have to go make I'm gonna go make a video for tomorrow, and shakedown tomorrow will be a lot of stuff going on. And glad I was able to do this stream today. Breaking news for the Eagles. Didn't expect it. Looked at my phone and boom, the Eagles signed an edge rusher, got a boost on the defensive line, and that's pretty much where we're at. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you for the super chats today, everybody that supported and just stayed in the stream today. I appreciate it so much. We'll be back with another one tomorrow. Check out the community post for links for the merch. Go to the website for links. Make sure to click the link and save it to your phone, add it to your phone, because a lot of stuff is going to be coming out soon. So, all right, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you guys on the next one. Shake Squad up, fly, fly. Peace out, guys. Peace, but peace.